Hello, this is Captain Jim Britton with Salty Tails Fishing Charters. Today we're going to continue with our fishing clinics. We're going to talk about you buying a fishing rod, how do you rig it up? So for my charters, I use 7'6" medium fast action rods with a 2500 or 3000 series reel. The way I line my reels, I use 10-pound braided line, a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, and this works for pretty much every application. If you're throwing artificials, live bait, cut bait, pretty much everything we do out here inshore, this is going to handle it. If you're going to go try to catch tarpon or sharks or something like that, you want to go a little bit larger. But for most of our fish, redfish, trout, flounder, snook, black drum, this is a great setup. As far as the knots go, we're going to use a few different props just so you can see them. But basically, you're going to tie a line to leader knot and then a terminal knot. Those terminal knots, I tied two different knots. I either tie a loop knot for my artificial baits and jig heads, or a Palomar knot for my fixed hooks, as if a circle hook or even a J hook. Leader knot, I typically tie a uni to uni knot. There are a lot of knots out there that you can tie. What I tell everybody when it comes to knots, figure out a knot that you can tie fast that holds. I've had customers get on my boat that tie an FG knot at home, which an FG knot is a great knot. It's a very strong knot. It's a line to leader knot. It allows you to have a smaller knot so it slips through the guides. That knot is not easy to tie on a fly though. So if you're going to tie an FG knot, get really good at it where you can tie it on the boat or on shore, or tie them at home and have a secondary knot when you get on the boat. You're tying two different size lines together. So we're going to simulate that with these two ropes. When I tie my uni to uni knot, I use 20-pound fluorocarbon leader and 10-pound braid. So on the braided side, I do 7 reps. So you're going to overlap your lines, make a loop. When you make this loop, you're going to wrap your tag end around both of the lines 7 times. You're going to snug this knot up. It's going to tighten up on your leader line basically. Now right there when you get it just snug, you should always wet your line. So I'm not going to wet this line, but go ahead and wet it. Now when it comes to the leader side, it's a larger line, so I do 4 wraps. Same thing, make a loop, take your tag end, wrap 4 times around, snug that up. Wet this knot as well. When you slide them together, this is a clinch knot. It's a no-slip knot. So when you trim your tag ends, you can trim them right up to your knot. This will allow the knot to slide through your guides. So for terminal knots, I tie 2 knots. If I'm tying a circle hook or a J hook, I'm going to use a Palomar knot. To tie a Palomar knot, you can start by doubling up your line. You're going to pass your double line through the hook eyelet. Once you do that, you just tie an overhand knot. Pull your tag end of your overhand knot and pass your hook through the overhand knot. Once you cinch this down, this is a very strong knot. I believe it's 97% strength knot. For tying artificials or jig heads, I like to tie a loop knot. To tie a loop knot, you're going to start with an overhand knot in your standing line, like so. Then you're going to pass your tag end through your hook. You go back through your overhand knot. The integral part of this knot is to maintain the gap between your loop that you tied, your overhand knot, and the hook. So you're going to pinch that with your thumb and forefinger. You're going to take your standing line, your tag end, and wrap 3 times around your standing line. And then you go back down through the loop one more time. When you pull this knot tight, if I can find my tag end, you know you tied it properly when you have a loop and the tag end is facing the hook. It's down towards the hook instead of up. Another strong knot. Again, this is Captain Jim with Salty Tails Fishing Charter. Stay tuned for the next tip all about bait.